Hey everybody, and welcome back to Quern. We just had an encounter with presumably the same entity, I guess you could say, that Professor Maythorn found that called herself the Warden of this world. And it seems like she's rather leery of us, which is understandable since Professor Maythorn seems to have exploited this world for his own purposes. So yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye out for her. Hopefully we won't get on our bad side. Of course, since the professor, well, we don't know if he's actually alive or not, but if the professor is in fact alive, it seems like she didn't do anything to him. Alright, so let's put in this new battery that we found. Let's take a look at it here in the inventory real quick. It's kind of got a diamond symbol on it. And this one has that pattern. It looks like a Y with a couple of bars. Alright. So this opens up. Ooh, 2 new areas. We've got that area there by the alchemy lab, or in the alchemy lab. And then we got that area that's right outside. I'm going to check the area that's right outside first. It's the one that's right over here on the way to the watchtower and all that stuff. Here we go. It's kind of looked like a pickaxe. Mines. Okay, well that's rather appropriate, I guess. Alright. Well, what have we got here? We've got ourselves a lever. Looks like the lever slams the bridge down here, but then it just goes right back up. It looks like there's some... Is this like a magnet or something? I'm assuming these are magnets. Maybe this repels it back? I don't know. It looks metal, so that's why I'm jumping to magnets. Alright, anything else here? There's this giant pipe. Can't really do anything with that. We've got a machine here. Let me check that out here in a minute. A drawing here of 4 circles in cardinal directions. Kind of looks like these 4 circles right here. 2 of them are minuses and 2 of them are pluses. And we got a book. The Ancient Gateways. The Ancient Gateways are the links between the worlds of the world chain. Even though these passageway and entrances are part of our world since time immemorial, our knowledge of them is very limited. As the material of these portals is literally invulnerable, sampling them and determining their age has been impossible so far. The mysteries of the gateways serve as the cradle of many different religions all around the world chain. According to the teachings of the Bakunists, the journey between 2 portals is a step toward the liberation of the soul. These people gave up their pasts to become lifelong travelers. Many believe that the gateways are divine gifts, and they worship these monuments as the shrines of their gods. Some groups are covering their portals with flowers and fruits of their worlds as a celebration, though several cultist tribes around the Lashan line believe that human sacrifices must be made to please their gods, and they use the gateways as their altars. A prominent theory states that the gateways are devices built by a technologically advanced, long-extinct ancient civilization. As they serve as the very pillars of the interworld communication and the most important passages of the Empire's trade routes, the gateways are essential elements of all civilized worlds. There's a footnote here that says Bakun was a spiritual guru who started the Bakunist pilgrimage. He mysteriously disappeared in a passage between 2 ancient gateways at the age of 109. I'm rather curious about this world that keeps getting mentioned here that has an empire and all these gateways. It seems like we just found an isolated one, at least if what we've been reading is any indication. So, what's this thing do? It seems like this is the only thing we can really interact with here. We saw over here that these 2 are negative and these 2 are positive. Let's try one of the positive ones first. How do we activate this thing anyway? Wait a minute, is this a lever? Oh, there we go. Okay, so the positive one down here adds, let's see, are these 7, 8? I'm going to say these are 8, because there seems to be 8. These seem to be units of 8. So this takes it up to 40, I guess? So it adds 40. What about this one? Whoa. Okay, that adds, let's see, 8, 16, 30, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Alright, so this adds 40 and this adds 56. Alright. So what about this one? Oh. That seems to subtract 40. I'm going to add a couple more things here. Oh, okay. So with it up here, we had, let's see, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Oh, I've lost track already. Let's just start over. Okay, so that resets everything. Let's go ahead and add the 56 again. That'll make it simpler. Alright, and let's subtract whatever this is. Okay, so that subtracted 40? Alright, let's just confirm this. So we can add 40. And this subtracts 40. Okay, so these are 40s. Does this subtracts 56, right? Oh, we have to start over. Okay, that's 56. And this subtracts everything. Okay, so this adds 56, this subtracts 56, this adds 40, this subtracts 40. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So, of course, we can simplify this down to 7 and 5 if we just want to go by the units of 8. So, let's go ahead and reset this. I'm just going to start our moves here again, because it seems like we want to get on this line here. Which, if we were to count these lines, see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to add units of, or add and subtract units of 5 and 7 to get to 11. Which is going to be really interesting. So I can see a couple things we can do. We can add 2 7s like this, which gives us 14. Okay, so that's a lot. But then we could subtract this 5 and then another 5. And then we can add 7 more. Perfect. Alright. Okay, well that didn't really seem to do anything, but maybe if we try using that, something different will happen now. Oh, we have to be closer. Okay. Alright, it's held. Cool. There's a lever here. I guess that holds it down, because now it's not flopping around anymore. Ooh, and another letter.
This is the exact place where I achieved the breakthrough. After hundreds of failed attempts, I finally managed to create a much more efficient energy source, capable of providing a relatively large amount of power constantly. This white luminous mineral is the compressed and purified version of the natural, locally common, reddish-orange colored energy crystal. To be able to cast specific machine parts, I developed a procedure to liquefy this new crystalline material. I thought that a discovery of this magnitude could change the subject of my whole research, even the meaning of my presence here. I was right.
Interesting. So it seems like the professor discovered something even more powerful than the orange stuff that we've been seeing around, like this. He must be talking about this, because he mentioned it was white, and it's apparently a more purified version of this. Ooh, and we've got a... what is this? It looks like a casing for one of those batteries. But we don't have the actual battery part of it. Wait a minute. We've been seeing white stuff in there. Is that whatever this stuff's made out of? That would be rather interesting if that were the case. Doesn't look like we can pick up any of this stuff, though. But we've got more things over there, and a door. This door looks a little familiar. It is! It's this door, the one we saw earlier up the stairs. You can, by the way, turn off the mine entrance thing and get another hidden Easter egg thing here, but I'm not going to show that. Okay, so we've got a few objects here to look at. We've got this device. Looks like a molding or some kind of holder thing. This looks like the other half of the battery casing. And there's some contraptions here, and we don't really know what to do with these yet. Whoa. Is this trying to show that the white stuff is more powerful? Because I think that's what it's trying to show. Alright, well, no idea what this stuff does yet, but we did get this tray holder thing. And we've got another area to explore, so I'm actually going to go zip over there real quick and take a look. The new area that we opened up, as I mentioned earlier, was in the alchemy lab. It was this this cabinet that we encountered when we first looked around. And this was not the right way. This way. I think this is the last one. This is the only one left. We haven't seen any other symbols. So let's go over here and see what we gained some access to now. Ah, here you go. Oh. I wonder if this stuff is that same white crystal material that we saw in the watchtower lower floor thing. In fact, I wonder if this white crystal is the same as the white crystal that's the higher energy source. Well, it seems like we're not supposed to put a test tube here. We're supposed to put something that can be laid horizontally. Like that. Okay, so that gives us a liquid version of this. Alright, so let's see if we can do something with that. Seems like we're supposed to make our own battery here since we don't have one that's provided to us. I really like how when you hop in this game you feel like your head is bobbing while you're still hopping, which is kind of cool. Alright, so what will happen when we put this over here? We saw a little... yeah, this thing. And there's a button here. Oh. We just made a mess. Alright, so clearly that's not what we're supposed to do. So this is the point in the game where I actually had to get my first hints, because I was mistaken about something that happened earlier in the game. Originally, when I got the red heat crystal thing, I thought that I had to warm it up in the oven before it could be used. So I put it there because, you know, you see that hexagonal space there. And I thought, oh, if I put this in here, then, you know, I'll have done something with it. And I thought that I had fulfilled the purpose of the oven. I didn't really think that the oven would be used for something else, but as it turns out, it is. You're supposed to put this thing in the oven. You might remember that there's like a horizontal handle, like bar thing there. I guess they're not really handlebars, but it's a holder much like the one that we saw in the alchemy lab. So we go back here to the North Shore area. Yeah, right here. And we just put the heat crystal in here to help warm it up. So yeah, you don't put the heat crystal in here to warm the heat crystal up. You put it in here to warm that thing up, which makes a lot more sense. The heat crystal is already primed, if you want to call it that, because as you saw earlier, we could use it in the alchemy lab to activate the cauldron thing. And can we grab that? There we go. Alright, now that we've gotten it all warmed up, let's go ahead and head back to the mine and try getting it out of the container again. Okay, here we go. That's better. Alright. So let's see if we can put this and these two things together. Yeah, for a long time I thought that you had to do something with that that power thing where you add and subtract the units of power, and that's somehow tied to that power indicator with the orange and the white crystals. I had no idea you were supposed to use the oven, but it seems so obvious in hindsight now. Alright, so this seems to go first, and then we'll put that in, and then we'll put... I guess we put in this last bit. There we go. It's a thin little hole there. So we can take this and put it in here like the other ones. And we get a 90-degree angle and a 45-degree angle. Cool. That one's not so hard to remember. And now we've finally unlocked the gear. This building we've been wondering about for a while now. Let's see what wonders await us inside. Oh. This doesn't seem right. What about the other side? It's also blocked. Well, we saw these lines over here go up to that panel earlier, so I'm wondering if by activating this building, we've also activated that. That's the only other lead I can think of at this point. It's worth looking at. We haven't been up here for a little while at least. Ah, here we go. It's now lit up. Okay, so what do you have here? This thing doesn't move. This button selects different things here. Okay. I think you can kind of see what the objective here is. So, you'll notice that there are two sides to this building that we can enter through. This one over here and then the one on the opposite end. And you'll see that this diagram has two sections of the outer circle that are shaded. You also see these portions here of the inner concentric circles that also are marked off. So if we can get these all to line up, that would be perfect. So I think what we need to do here is we need to work backwards. So this one, the second circle from the inside, is available only on this setting. The fourth one is available on this one that also has the first, and this one that also has the second on it. And then the first one has the third one along with it, and then the third one can be controlled by itself. So if we work from second to fourth to first to third, we should be able to get this. So I'm going to do second first, so we'll put that there. And then fourth. So you can see how we're working backwards here, basically. And then the first one, we'll just churn over here. I think this is random, by the way, when you first encounter this. Perfect. Alright, lights up even. I think this might just indicate that there's power. We still can't use that. It's kind of interesting. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back that way. I'm kind of curious about what door that actually opens. Whoa. Oh! I didn't jump off, I climbed down. I thought there was going to be a cutscene that played there. Alright, so what do we have in here? The mechanics. Well, the professor alluded to this room a little while ago, in the cave.
You've managed to get into the mechanics. Clearly, you've completed all of my previous challenges. This could mean that you are a genius, fulfilling all of my expectations, and you are truly worthy of all the further knowledge I'm about to offer you. Or you could just as well be a fool, considering the fact that the power of Quern literally gives you infinite time to guess the solutions of all my puzzles.
Right.
One way or the other, I'm sure your presence here is no mistake. Your participation in this matter is absolutely essential. If she were to appear to you, she would try to poison your mind with her misleading lies. You must ignore her, just as I once did.
Well, she did appear to us, but I'm not exactly sure what to think of her yet. I can kind of understand her suspicions, though. Okay, so we've got something here. We can take these things. What in the world? Oh, we can move them around. Interesting. And we've got... Oh, okay, here we go. We've got a puzzle. From number 5, number 3 is reachable with a knight's move. The sum of the numbers in the third row is 7. Number 4 stands alone in the column on the far left. In none of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. If you add up all the numbers in the fourth column, the result is 3. And finally, number 5 is the only one standing alone in both its row and column. Alright, I'm going to take a sketch of this. Alright, so first things first, the third row must have either 2 and 5 or 3 and 4. And I'm inclined to think 3 and 4 because we've been told that the numbers go in ascending order by row. So let's just start off with that for now. I'm going to put 1 like up here somewhere. Let's put 3 and 4 there. And they mentioned that number 5 is alone in its row and column, so let's put that there. I'm going to go look at the notebook here. I'm going to try to solve this puzzle without looking at any hints. Oh, you can look at these up close. Okay, I didn't realize that. I totally forgot about that. And you can delete them. That's nice. Alright, from number 5, okay, row 7, number 4 stands alone in the column on the far left. Okay, so that means that this is probably going to be over here, like this. And number 3 is reachable from number 5 with a knight's move, apparently. Yes. And then we're getting that. Add up all the numbers in the fourth column, the result is 3. Okay. So either that means that 1 or 2 are there, or 3 alone it's there. And I'm going to try to work with that for now. Is that right? Let me look at the clues here. Third row is 7, we got that. Number 4 stands alone in the column. We got that. Number 5 standing alone, it's row and column. Yeah, it looks right. We got it! Alright, cool. Alright, so that's in place. So I'm assuming we have to put these things into place before we hit that lever. Maybe that's what's blocking that lever from working. So let's do the other side. See what challenge we've got over there. This time I'm going to try jumping off and we're heading back down. So I'm just going to do... See, it's 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, so let's just rotate both of these sets at the same time. Thankfully they're all in sync now, so that helps. There we go, perfect. That still doesn't work, but hopefully by solving the puzzle over here we'll be able to get that to do its thing. Come on, tell me I can still jump off here. Is it really forcing me to... Oh, man. Did they update this game to prevent you from doing that? That's a bummer. I know it's more realistic that way, but still. Alright, so what's on this side? No letter. We got something here. Some big tubes. And, what does this do? Oh, it's Simon. Okay. Alright, so we got one set of things done. I'm actually going to write these down here on my phone just because I happen to know the third one of these is ridiculous. So I'm just going to... I'm going to take notes. I'm going to cheat. Alright, that one wasn't so bad. It was 4, 5, 2, 1, 3. And that gets us the second slice. And then finally the third one. Okay, I mistyped something there, so I'm going to have to go back and watch that again. Alright, that was 5554142121414. So no threes there. That is 14 numbers in this sequence. I don't think I would have been able to memorize all that. Maybe with enough practice, but it's random every time, so you can't really practice. Alright. And we put something in here, which I don't think we actually have. Wait a minute. We forgot to get it. Okay, hang on a sec. I know where this is. There was something out in the cave area that you're supposed to put in there. And it was sitting right on the table where that drawing of the wheel was, but I totally overlooked it because I was so focused on the puzzle. But it's not too much of a detour. We can just run over here and grab it real quick. Here we go. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's go back the other way. Alright, so let's put this in here. There we go. And we should be good. Let's see what happens when we pull that lever. Excitement, boys and girls, excitement. All right. Did that just fall down and revealed a new area? Well, we're going to have to check out whatever that is next time. So until then, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side.